Gonna be getting started in just a moment. Hello, hello. It is Mega, aka the Art Messiah, here to save you from your art sins. Welcome back to another live stream where we work on comics, talk about life, and just catch up with one another, do a little bit of a co-working space. Now, it's been a minute since I've actually been on mic, and so I really just wanted to hop on and give you guys a quick update and let you guys know what we're going to be working on today. It's going to be a mix between me talking and just us listening and jamming out to some music as we get some stuff done. Okay, so let's start with the obvious, what you see here right in front of you. I am drawing some artwork for a Megaman Battle Network fan comic that I had kind of written and planned for a long time ago, probably back when I was like in junior high, maybe high school. It was basically an idea to practice creating actual manga using a manga that was already developed, so I could understand a little bit of page flow and paneling and inking and all the steps that you need in order to create comics. So that's where I'm kind of picking up now, and I'm one of those people that I like to finish what I start. So I started this a long time ago, and it's time to at least get some of it done. Now that we're in the holiday season, I'm working full-time, and I don't have full time to work on Ignition, so this is kind of like my side piece of project, or I should say side project. This is my side project that I will be working on until I get back to Ignition, but that is, by the way, still being updated on my website, so feel free to check that out and read that. I'm really excited how the rough draft is, and we're going to be creating kind of a final draft later, maybe next year. But I'm really excited how that's starting to turn out, so feel free to read it and give me some feedback. Would love to hear your guys' thoughts on that. So anyways, there's that. Also, there's my newsletter that you can check out where I essentially update you guys on that. I update you guys on Ignition and anything else that I'm working on, so feel free to subscribe to that as well. Yes, I don't think there's too many other important things I need to dial in right here, right now. But I will go ahead and say that we can go ahead and get started. There's a little bit of that. We're going to be doing a lot of experimenting today. And I'm going to talk you guys through the process as much as I can. But ultimately, let me know what you guys would like to know down in the comments, because this is going to be kind of a series kind of thing. We're working on manga pages every single week, and so I need to work on this stuff. And so if you guys have questions and would like those to be answered during the stream, just let me know, and I will definitely get to that. Without further ado, I think we can just go ahead and hop right into this. The first things that I'm going to be setting up and doing is making sure that I have kind of a paper texture in the background, removing the blue lines, filling in some inks, and creating some paneling and stuff like that. So I think we're just going to go ahead and jump right into it. So I think the first thing is going to be paneling and having just a background texture. So give me a moment while I kind of get that set up. I'm going to just remove from the screen just for a split second. Okay, let's hop back into this live scene. I just wanted to open up some stuff real quick. Don't know how long I'm staying, we'll see. Well, what is up? Thanks for popping in. We are just getting started, so it's good to see you. Hopefully everything is well with you. We are going to eventually be losing that, but before we lose that, we want to add in the paneling, and we're going to be using the stuff they have here, polygon tool. Ooh, we got speed lines and all kinds of stuff. Let's see what kind of things happen when we do this. It's kind of nice. We got brush size, gap of line distance, dense, focus lines. This stuff is going to be immensely helpful for some of the stuff that I'm going to want to do. Brightness, what is this? Okay, and we got burst. All right, so we got some cool things there we're gonna be making use of. Finally finished a page that took me about a month. Dang. Are these detailed pages? What kind of pages are you making? Kind of curious. All right, so roundness of corner. Yeah, we can have some roundness of corner. We're going to need to bump up this quite a bit, it looks like. Let's go ahead and get some reference up here too. Let's do this, guys. Okay. So I'm most definitely getting used to this editor. There's a frame border pen. Okay, is it invisible? Is a polyline frame? Is a rectangular frame? Is a cut frame border. We're gonna try out some of these tools here. So right now we're really just learning, so there's no like that's kind of cool. You got vertical and horizontal gutters. Hey, we're learning Manga Studio together right now. We are gonna see if I want to use their border creation or kind of create my own border creation kind of method. That's kind of nice. I can rasterize after I do everything that I might want to do with it. The thing is right now though is I'm just figuring it out. A size 12 is fine. That would create a border for me. The vertical and the horizontal gutters, they need to be bigger. So technically horizontal gutter I think is the one that's supposed to be the smaller. It's kind of interesting how that goes. Can I modify it on the fly? And I can't. Let's keep this at like 16, but make this double the size and see if that changes anything. And it doesn't. I don't really know what I'm doing just yet. It looks like these gutters are not doing anything for me. No, I guess maybe they are. So, but I'm reading the wrong one maybe. 32 by 16, let's try. Okay, so there's a difference now. Let's make this like 64. Okay, that's looking a little bit better. So let's do that. And we do something like this. That's kind of nice. We do want bigger gutters still, though. I'm just comparing this with Manga. We're doing a little bit of comparison, trial and error at this point in time. Final Fish, yes, very detailed and multimedia. I started out making very detailed pages using a very fine tipped pen, but they ran out, so I'm switching it up. I drew furniture and people, cut them out, pasted them onto the background. I also created a fancy vintage picture frame by repeatedly dipping a long fine brush into paint and making little blobs to create texture. Part of the reason all it took so long is because I was avoiding it because of crippling anxiety, but I'm working on that. Well, first of all, sorry to hear for the crippling anxiety. I've had anxiety in different kinds of ways throughout my life, so I can definitely empathize a little bit. I don't know, your causes or anything like that, but hopefully, it gets better. But that project does sound really dope. To be able to kind of take your time with that and whatnot. And I don't think it's bad to take your time with art or come back when you're ready or take breaks or whatever the case may be. Like, I always think that there is no rush in art. I mean, depending on what you're doing, I guess there could be a rush, but, as a human, we need time to process the art that we're making it and make it meaningful for ourselves. So there's no point in rushing to the end when you're not happy with the process or the end product. Okay, we're gonna double this maybe more like 50 and more like 100. So let's try that out and see what we're kind of working with now for our gutters and see if this looks a little bit more manga-like. Okay, I don't know. I think the dimensions are where I want them to be. Gutter size and whatnot, I think. So we're gonna leave it like that. We're gonna extend out these edges like such, and that'll be good. Then what we're gonna do is, well, actually, it creates looks like it creates like a masking layer already for it, which is kind of nice, but actually I'm gonna be drawing outside of it anyway, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to duplicate this layer, and then we're going to rasterize it. So that's just going to make it like it's a normal layer. And we can get rid of those, and then we should be left with our final lines that we need. And then I don't know why I have this as panels. Let's just go ahead and delete this. Or, well, maybe not. We will put this in our panels. We're also going to want to do like our speech bubbles. Okay, so that's actually not bad. But what we're going to do next is, let's see, panels, okay. We are going to, do we need a fill? If we have a fill, it could be helpful. Anyways, we're gonna use masks to get rid of some things. But before we do that, I thought I had some like comic fonts installed already. I'm not seeing them though. Yeah. And I don't feel like restarting Clip Studio Paint at this point in time. What we're gonna do is just use Manga Speak for the moment. We are going to make this bold. Or not. Alright, let's see if we can do that. We can't do that. Let's duplicate layer. That's right. I really don't like how why is there like two on top of them? The text thing in Clip Studio Paint, I'm not a big fan of. I'm really not. And it's like, it's powerful, but kind of dumb at the same time. So anyways, how I made that that white go away, I just turned the layer setting to like what I wanted it to be, which was in this case let's not do that. Come on. Which in this case was, I just set it to multiply. Yeah, in the future, I'm gonna work on this stuff because I don't quite like how this stuff works so far. It's just a little bit clumsy. Okay, anyways, we kind of got some of the paneling done and in. Let's move to something else. One thing I actually just realized is that I forgot to break up this panel right here. So let's see that real quick. There you go. And then we can just duplicate that layer again. Merge selected layer, or rasterize. Bring that into our panels. All right, awesome. Can get rid of that now. And now we can start to work on this final line work. I've dealt with anxiety my whole life, but it's getting taken care of. Well, that's always good to hear. I think I've probably found like masking and like ways to like cope with anxiety. Drawing helps with anxiety in terms of I'm kind of in my own little world. There are certain like drawing anxieties, but if I truly just follow like my interests and hyperfixate and allow myself that space and time, and feel comfortable in doing so, that anxiety starts to slip away. Now I will say like streaming does give me a little bit of anxiety because I'm like, oh, what if I don't draw anything cool, or people don't like the artwork that I'm making or the way that I sound, but that's why I've created this to be a really, really, really chill environment. Because like the no pressure is very important for like keeping my anxiety in check. Like social anxiety I have a lot of because there's a lot more like expectations for myself and then from other people, and so that's like hard for me to kind of manage sometimes. But yeah, I don't know, I'm just kind of rambling a little bit. I don't have Clip Studio Paint, so I have no idea what any of this is, lol. Hey, I'm learning. I've been using Clip Studio Paint for about like a year now, maybe. And I'm still kind of figuring out how to use it appropriately, I guess. Real G pen. Marks are okay. What about a textured pen? And what is an AK2 pen? Let's try that out. I don't have too many corrections there, honestly. It's pretty zippy. Let's use this for a second. So what I'm going to kind of do is I'm going to create like a bit of a thick outline outside of it. Actually, I don't know if I'm going to do that. Art is all about trial and error. And something might sound like a good idea, but then you go to implement it, and then you're like, maybe not. And that's what I just did there. I was like, you know, I'm gonna do it this way, and I tried it, and I was like, maybe not. So anyways, this artwork was actually scanned in, and like I'm cleaning it up now. I want to do more traditional stuff. So I'm trying to figure out what's going to be a fast way to like do the digital aspect of it. And that's what we're kind of figuring out today. Okay. Ah, shit. I mean, crap. Let's see here. I can probably still use like my color fill tool that I have used for a lot of other things. Come back over here. My anxiety has extended over to my art. Have you figured out what a root cause might be for it starting to bleed over? Over into the art. I mean, I am by no means a therapist, so I do not plan to give any professional advice. I'm just here to chat while I draw. Megaman is actually deceptively hard to draw. Such a simple character, but so hard to draw. Well, I don't want to be too personal, but I will say that my anxiety has taken over my entire identity aspects, and it's okay, I'm getting professional advice anyway. Okay, well, that's good. Yes, and yeah, definitely do not devolve any personal details. But yeah, I'm kind of just doing some artwork that's meant to kind of take me back to a little bit of like a nostalgic place, happy place. Because life is just kind of really busy right now, the way work is, and that kind of seasonal depression is kicking in a little bit. So trying not to let that kick my butt and trying to like focus on things that I enjoy doing and whatnot. This is kind of a good way to see my skills and methods and things like that, and see how they have improved and what I still would like to improve on and whatnot. So this is a fun mini project for now. Okay, I really don't like this eye right here, so we're just gonna not completely scrap it, but definitely make some modifications. Yeah, the idea is not actually to take too long on this real G pen too. There's a lot of stabilization going on. I don't know. I want to be a little bit more messy with like the lines, line work, that kind of thing. But I'm not sure which tool that I want to use, I guess, is part of the problem right now. Pencil Perfect Dark. I want something with like a bit of texture to it, honestly. Something gritty. What do we got? Okay, so from here to here, this is the progress we've made so far. And we're about to make some more progress as well, but it's good to keep track of everything that you're doing. Huh. Oh. Learning how to do things. I don't know why this is being like so difficult like this. Anyways, let's go ahead and find maybe a reference for some speed lines that I would like to use. You know, I could... Okay, so okay. But then there's also like this, the gap of the line. I don't know, let's kind of zoom in. No, let's not zoom in yet. Let's change the angle first. I wonder if angle is like relative or if it's an absolute. It looks like an absolute kind of thing. Okay, so anyways, we need to do two things. We need to change the gap of the line to be a higher gap. So we want to change this to, let's try 10. We may also want to try increasing the size to maybe, let's try 6. Nah, I don't know, I actually like 3 more. Now let's try 6 with a bigger gap. Let's try like 15. Okay. maybe 4, gap from reference and length, grouping 3, gap of line. Part of me is like not liking it for some reason, and I'm trying to figure out why. Anyways, let's try 5. Okay, it says grouping of 3. Let's try 6 and see what kind of different effect we have. That's kind of interesting. And let's see if we do a grouping of 12. Is it making it? It's kind of making it more dense, I guess. Change back to a grouping of 6. I don't freaking know, dude. This stuff is difficult. Today is nothing but experimentation as we figure out the process and the tools. And that is what drawing is like. Constant experimentation and figuring out what works and what doesn't work and why. It's like there's things that I do like are coming out, but also we've got a lot of technical details to figure out. But we're gonna keep on going and experimenting for a little while longer. We're gonna try filling in some blacks, and we're also gonna try some different screen tones as well. I'm also gonna make a copy of this file and reduce the image resolution. I think we're gonna change it down to like 300 or 350 DPI, and I think that'll make sure that my computer doesn't run too slow while trying to churn through all this information. Alright, so let's see here. I'm gonna turn off the speed lines for now. And we're gonna turn that off as well. Duplicating this layer. Let's get our India ink. property, use brightness of image. Let's see what happens. You can always change the frequency, and then let's do sure we can duplicate that. Actually, instead of erasing it, we're just going to create a layer mask. And the nice thing about a layer mask is that you can erase whatever it is that you want to erase, but since it's a mask, it's actually not getting rid of the lines. So if you ever need to bring it back, you just paint in back the lines where you need them. So I'm going to do that both for the panel lines and the line work. And that is a trick that I use quite often for a lot of different effects. And just to keep my layers pretty clean and organized. Instead of like trying to keep on duplicating over and over. So just a little trick, a little tip. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this bubble into, well, I guess not actually. I'm going to just keep on painting on the okay, so if you mess up like that and you go a little bit too far out, what you can do is you can just grab your brush and you can just brush back those lines. And that is the beauty of the layer mask. All right. Okay, so the page is really starting to come together. We're going to add in some more blacks here for the line work. Now we're going to take the paintbrush, we're going to refer to multiple layers. I'm just going to make it easier for myself. I'm going to have to improve the tolerance though, because it's, there you go. Well, not quite. Let's do this first. Okay, now let's do that. Fill that in, fill that in. Make sure we got a nice fill down there. Let's try this. Set that to multiply. And we're going to select inverse. I'm going to try adding in the tone via this, and using brightness of image. At most it's a 50% gray. Okay. Alright, see you next time. Thanks for hopping in and hanging out. Let's see here. I think I'm gonna wrap it up with this right here. Let me add just in a little bit more tone. Let's go to my color set, and if that was like a 50% gray, let's do like a 75. Let's do 70% gray. And we'll just fill that in using my brush tool. Also, to use these screen tones, you go into Window, Layer Property, and you just click on this tone button. And yeah, that's all you need to do, actually. Let's bump that down a little bit. Doesn't look right. Okay, so what I could use to create a little bit of like a filtering thing is that we could do a slightly like 50% gray wash, I think, and then change it to, no, we're not going to refer to any other layers. We're going to fill the entire page with this gray. We're going to go to filter. We're going to go to this, let's see, render or Perlin noise maybe. They might not have what I want here. Overlay is the filter I was looking for. We just want 15. That's not so bad. That's overlay. I did like lighten and screen as well to kind of give it a little bit of a slightly faded look. Window, I'm going to take off that lighten for right now, just so we can see our work more clearly. But let's see here, we're going to go to window, layer property. Last thing we're going to do is add in these speed lines, and then that's going to be it. So 60 LPI, let's change that to 40 as well, maybe. We're actually gonna take it off for a second. Grab that color, put the tone back on, and then we're gonna grab our color fill, and we're just gonna add in the tone over here too, so it's all uniform. And I'm gonna take that off tone. I'll come back up here. We'll add tone to this though. And color wheel, bring in the black. We're gonna use, where's my smudge tool? Here's a blend, painterly blend. I don't know what that'll do. I don't know. Yeah, I'm just kind of blur out. think I broke Clip Studio Paint. Oh boy. There we go. there is a whole bunch of other stuff I could add, but we are going to call it quits there. I think we did a pretty good deal of what it is that I wanted to do in the first place, and a lot of experimentation. We got some work to do in terms of figuring out what we're going to do with the screen tones and kind of making things pop out of the page appropriately. But I do think the things that we did try were kind of successful. I do like adding in a little bit of that drop shadow to kind of bring things off of the pages, and adding both scanned in screen tone and screen tones from Clip Studio Paint, I think was pretty cool. As well as just scanning in and doing some cleanups from the pencils to the final line work, I think went decently well. So now we just need to figure out a way to export to the correct dimensions, and we should be kind of good to go. But I think this was a good test, a good sample page. There's going to be many more to come. I think we're going to focus on this type of comic making for a while, and we will do finish up the anatomy drawing series as well, but this will be kind of like a supplemental piece. So I want to make sure that I continue to hit all the grounds of comic making, whether it be paneling or inking or learning how to draw poses or anatomy, writing, everything. It's supposed to be kind of like a one-stop shop, something that I wish I always had kind of starting off with comics. So hopefully you guys enjoyed seeing the process a little bit. Kind of taking a slightly different approach because I want this to feel very much like traditional and like you're reading an actual manga page. So I'm really trying to keep that feel of screen tones and just like those slight imperfections that you would be seeing in an actual manga. But anyways, without any further ado, I hope you guys have a great night and a great rest of the week. And until next time, peace, love, deuces. Follow me on Instagram and Tumblr for more like immediate posts. But yeah, it was fun hanging. So see you guys next time. Peace.